tell Craig, was that what he was calling me for today? Was he calling me out? Was this the call out that he disguised as a friendly phone call?
Yes.
You know what I would do to Gable, Steveson? This is a massive step up. The last time I saw Gable, I put him in a headlock and I gave him a noogie right after I signed a photograph for him. Goodbye, Turkey. I will see you at CGI.
Bye.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FloGrappling Show, aka the worst show on the internet. As always, I'm Trey Robinson. We got Joey Gilps right there, Uncle Reed right there, and then Brutta Slack over on the ones and twos. And then calling in, we got a very special guest, one of the most anticipated rookie black belts this year. You know, someone we're excited to see do it all on the black belt circuit this year, but she also has a big bracket coming up. We got Sarah Galvão. Everybody get up for Sarah.
Sarah, thanks for coming in, Sarah.
Very exciting.
What's up, Sarah? How's everything been going overall?
It's been good. You know, we're like a little less than a week out for CJI. So, you know, the adrenaline's finally kicking in right now.
Definitely. I mean, we're excited to watch you. We're excited to be there at CJI, seeing how it all goes and everything. I'm excited to ask you a bunch of stuff about it, but real quick, I gotta pay some bills around here. You know, I gotta keep the lights on, so I gotta read an ad real quick. That little expression from Sarah. So I gotta read an ad real quick because we got a very special deal for all of the FloGrappling fans, all the grappling fans out there in the world today. We have a special deal running right now where if you join FloGrappling.com with an annual plan now through August 31st, you get a free rash guard kit. That's right. We're giving away a free rash guard kit designed by Craig Jones himself. We designed it in collaboration with grappling superstar Craig Jones. So if you go to go.flowgrappling.com/CJI2, you can get this deal we're doing. So you have to sign up for a new subscription. So if you're a new subscriber, you buy the annual plan, you'll get this StreetX rash guard kit. If you go to go.flowgrappling.com/CJI2, you can enjoy streaming access to the biggest and best live events from ADCC, IBJJF, WNO, BJJ Stars, and more all year long, only on FloGrappling. So don't miss out on this. It's the only way you can get this collaboration kit with, I think there's fair fight stuff on it. You know, Craig designed it. There's a flow on it. All kinds of cool stuff. So go get that now. But all right, now back to Sarah Galvão, the real reason people are here right now. Sarah, this is obviously a huge bracket, you know, and you're a new black belt on the scene. Did you think you would kind of get a crazy opportunity like this early in your black belt career?
Definitely not. You know, I remember when like all the girls were already selected and then there was one more spot for like the last woman on the bracket. And then I remember I was just like talking to my mom about it. I was like, I wonder who it could be. I wonder who would take this spot. You know, it's a very big deal. And I just remember thinking of so many people, but I would never think of myself. And then out of nowhere, Craig decided to text us. And then he's like, would Sarah like to join the last would be the last seed for the bracket? And then, you know, who would want to waste this opportunity?
Yeah, definitely. So it was pretty unexpected for you then, huh? It kind of just came out of the blue, or?
Definitely. I was still training in the gi. I had no idea that like I would be doing no gi, like a whole camp for CJI. I thought maybe I would help a few people out, but I didn't think I would be in the bracket itself.
Yeah, so over the last few years, you know, we've seen you a lot in the gi, kind of pretty much winning everything at the color belt divisions in the IBJJF circuit, all the majors and all of that. But we have seen you on Who's Number One. We've seen you do a few no-gi matches now. Was there any hesitation on your part about doing a no-gi kind of super fight bracket like this on such a major stage?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, those are very high-leveled girls there. They're all very well known for what they do, and I guess I'm just kind of there in a way. But that's why definitely I didn't think I would be the last person to join. I could think of so many more people, but it definitely wasn't expecting it. At first, I was a bit hesitant for sure. I don't know. I wasn't training in no-gi. I didn't know how I'd feel exactly. I'm more in the gi scene for sure. But after my mom did some talking and convincing, we decided it was a good idea. And it was probably like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And, you know, I've never been scared to fight anyone. I'm always fighting the open class. I win some, I lose some, but that never stops me from fighting it, you know? So when I step into the CJI, I'm gonna think of it as like one big open class, I guess.
That's awesome. So you're obviously going to be in the bracket with Anna Carolina, Adele Fornerino, and Helena Cravar. I think the bracket's shaped up to be a pretty interesting for women, you know? So you have Anna Carolina, one of the most established females in the sport, Adele Fornerino coming off of double gold at ADCC, and then two young rising stars in you and Helena Cravar, who we actually have seen compete in the gi. So just overall, what do you think about the other girls who are in this division? Is there anyone kind of you're excited to be in the bracket with or anything?
I guess the match that everyone wants to see is me and Helena, right? And I could see why we had a scrap at Pans. And I don't think of it as like oh, she wants to come after me or anything, or since I won, I have to go after her. I don't really think of it like that. I think of it more like isn't it cool that two girls that, like, she's 18, I'm 19, we're not even 20 yet, and we're like able to bring so many people to watch this fight, you know? So I think that's really cool on both of our parts. And I guess that's how the generation is going to start, right? The younger we are, the more show I guess we were gonna put on. And I think it's really cool. I never thought that I would be in this hot seat for sure.
And then you also have Adele in there. Is that
Yes.
odd for you? Because you guys are teammates. I know you guys have trained quite a bit over the years and stuff. Is that odd having?
That's actually one of the reasons why I didn't think I would get called either. But as much as Adele is an amazing friend, she's a good teammate, you know. But it's like I said, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and we talked about it, and we're both like chill with it. We're both like, nothing's gonna change after that, and none of us want to give this opportunity out, you know. So as much as it at first it was awkward, after some talking we were good. So I think that it would be an honor to fight her, you know. And that's it. There's not much to say
there's
about it.
100K on the line, right? So you know that has a way of making friends.
If I know this isn't always something that, you know, athletes concern themselves with too much, but if you had to play kind of matchmaker and set up this bracket, do you have a way you would want the bracket to kind of fall, like who you would have first round, who you'd potentially see in the finals or anything?
So I had an idea. I'm not sure how it's gonna like turn out, but because me and Ana Vera were both Brazilian, I don't know if they want us to both fight each other. So like in the finals, it's two different countries. That's like kind of a big deal, especially for this like Brazil against whatever other country, you know. So I think that would be really cool. That's kind of how I see it. If not, they probably will put Helena just because that's the match that everyone wants to see, and it's not 100% guaranteed that we'll both make it to the finals. You know, there's so much to do before making it to the finals. So maybe that's how I see it. I see more Ana Vieira just because we're both Brazilians, and like whatever Brazilian wins will go to the final and fight the other country. That's kind of how I see it. If not, probably Helena, because that's the match that everyone wants to see.
Yeah, I could see it going down either of those ways, to be honest. I do think it... I don't know if they would put you and Adele first round because of the same team thing. It could be interesting. But I don't know. There's also a case for that, I guess, you know, like make the teammates fight first.
Maybe,
but
to cancel out,
Yeah. But I think any way you shake up this bracket is definitely going to be super interesting and everything. But I want to ask you about something a little off topic as well, because me and Reed recently had the pleasure of going to your wedding. It was incredible. We were so stoked.
Yeah, you guys were there, huh? Oh my goodness.
We were. It was awesome to be invited to your wedding.
Us, yeah.
You know, it was a beautiful wedding, super fun. My personal favorite parts, I have two favorite parts, not to take away the shine from the bride. I don't think you're supposed to do that when you go to weddings and whatnot, but was one, seeing how happy your dad was the whole time. That was incredible. He was just beaming. He was giving speeches. He was dancing. And the second was watching Kynan Duarte dance. Kynan has this dance move where he just kind of like shakes his arms like that stuff, and that was awesome. But
Yeah.
if you were there, you didn't see me and Reed get on the dance floor because you guys had it locked down. Like a song would come on and everybody would be hitting the same move. But what was your wedding like for you? Was it a good time? I had a great time.
It was a great time. I actually forgot you guys were there.
Oh, how could you forget, Sarah?
There was
kidding.
so many people.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, there was like 140 people at the wedding about that. And it was just like so much fun the whole time. I was eating so fast because I just wanted to dance already. And weddings go by fast. So like my mom was like, we had a bunch of things planned that we like skipped over because there would be no time to like dance. And that's like the only thing I wanted to do. And clearly, I don't know if you saw, but like at the end of the party, my dad was soaked. His like suit turned into a whole different color. It was nuts. And like my back was dripping. Everybody was sweaty. And the best part is that nobody wanted it to end. So I think it was one of the best weddings.
Definitely.
For a lot of people.
For sure. It was a super exciting wedding. It was fun watching everybody dance, having so much fun. You and your dad dropped the choreographed dance. That was awesome. Was that a good time dancing with Andre out there?
We learned that in a week. We practiced it on Monday, the week of. We did Tuesday, skip Wednesday, practice Thursday, and that's it.
That's awesome.
That's it. It was a 3-day thing.
Has married life been good? Only one of us. Slack is the only married one on the team, so we need to know what it's like, know some advice, how we can have a happy marriage one day or something.
It's been great. Of course, there's a lot to learn. I'm still so young, but my parents are great help too. They're great examples.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I had to bring up the wedding. It was awesome. We got to be there.
We had a great time for sure.
It was almost like an Atos comp class plus some extras.
It really was. There was so many famous people there. It was nuts.
Definitely.
It was crazy.
But back to some jiu-jitsu questions, I guess, for the people at home. Joe, you got anything you want to ask Sarah?
Sure. Sarah, CJI 2, going to be an awesome event. Did you have a chance to watch CJI 1? Obviously, Atos had a great performance there. Cade winning the -80. What were your thoughts watching CJI 1?
It was really cool. I remember it was like that whole CJI ADCC thing going on. And my dad was like trying his best to run back and forth because we had students on both events. So I would just follow him around. And I remember for CJI, the first one, I was like sitting right at the front. I could basically like, if I reached my hand over, I could touch the mat. That's how close I was. And I was sitting, it was me, my mom, and Gabby Garcia. So it was a lot of fun. And I don't think I've ever had so much fun at an event like that one. That one was definitely one we like remember and go back to talk about. It's just a great memory. And I remember Gabby Garcia just even asking me like, hey, maybe you can be here next time. Maybe we'll invite you. And I was like, yeah, but I wasn't really in the no-gi scene. So I was like, yeah, but probably not. And that's how it kind of went on. And I guess now we're here. I'm still kind of shocked that I'm invited, but like Craig said, I'm like the wild card of the bracket. So I think that's what kind of makes me dangerous in a way.
Definitely. Has your dad given you any advice going into this? Any big advice about being on a stage kind of this caliber?
This is probably one of the biggest stages for sure that I've been on, but like fighting wise, not necessarily. It's more like mentally wise and all that stuff because it's like one of the biggest events of the year for sure. And I'm sure it's going to get bigger each and every time. And going into this camp, I've never done a camp like a no-gi camp like this before. So going through it was hard, especially since I was like, man, like, what am I doing here? Like, I miss like holding on to the lapel. I miss holding on to some type of grip. And now I'm just always moving. So he was really good at like putting me back into like a good mental state and just keeping me focused, like eyes on the prize. And honestly, having my dad there, he does so much for me, especially like study wise. he's always studying everyone. He's always every day, like he's showing me something else I could be doing. So that's why I think I'm really confident about it. And I'm having fun. Yesterday we trained um at 10th Planet over at PJ Barge.
Nice.
And he has like the wall, and it was so much fun. It changed so much. I was so happy. It was so much fun. There's so much you can do using the wall. So I think it's gonna be fun.
What kind of stuff have you been doing with the wall? Any backflips or anything crazy? Or
My dad was like always talking about how like everyone would like butt slide down the wall, but like the Rutolos, they would like sprint down the wall. And he's like, Sarah, you got to do something different, but I don't think I can. I'm so scared to like trip and like the fight start with me on the floor. So I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I've been using the wall to my advantage. I guess some people won't use it to their advantage as much. Of course, it's not like the most secure spot to be in, right? Someone like pushing against you or you pushing someone against the wall. It's like there's a lot you have to think of on the spot. Like gravity is not on your side. And but there's a few things that I was working on that I think will make it fun. And I think that's what I need to fight. I need to be having fun, and that's definitely what's going to happen.
well, if you're looking for something different, we have a proposition for you. We've been looking for someone to to do something for us that we're trying to make happen. We're wanting someone to be the first athlete to never stand in the pit at all. So they would slide in on their butt, scoot to the middle, shake hands on their butt, and then even if they go the whole match playing guard, just, on their butt, and then even if they win, to stay seated and then scoot back out of the pit. Is that something you'd be interested in? To never stand in the pit ever?
Oh my God.
Blowing your mind.
That's pretty different, huh?
No, I don't think I can do that.
No wrestling.
It would be cool if you did, though. No passing, no wrestling.
It would be cool. Maybe as like, maybe. Let's see if we make it to the finals. We'll see what.
All right, in the finals.
Yeah,
all
in
right.
the finals. That would work.
Perfect.
Do I have to be seated the whole time?
Whole
or like
time.
after I win, I sit down and then I think I can butt. How do you butt scoot out?
Yeah, just like this, I guess.
Yeah, pretty simple.
How about that?
Back, kind of butt scoot up.
Yeah.
How do you butt scoot out, man? I don't know.
Yeah, and like, even if you get like 100K, you would have to like stay seated through all that,
Yeah, through the ceremony.
I don't know, just something we're putting out there in case you're interested.
Maybe
We're just the ideas guys.
Yeah.
It's like all about that, right? They like you can just leave your personality out there, and that's what it's all about. And it's always really funny. So maybe we'll see if we make it to the final.
Yeah, it definitely is an event that kind of like really amplifies everyone's personality. You can kind of do crazy stuff. I'm sure Craig is going to do some little bit too crazy of stuff, to be honest, But you got any crazy plans? You got any, how much do you get to, like, I guess, plan a big walkout or anything like that? Is there any, sort of coordination, or are you just focused on going out there and doing sick jiu-jitsu, I guess?
I guess I haven't thought of anything yet. I always wanted to have something really signature, like the Rutolos after they win, they like do that thing with the hands. And for example, like some people have a name like Adele has Daddy or Baby Shark, or
you used to be Baby Shark.
No, but that was my dad's thing, and I didn't really like it.
Gotcha.
So we're not. And like Helena has her hair. So like everyone has something cool, and I feel like, I always wanted to have something signature like that. So we'll see. Maybe there, I'll think of
Now's your opportunity, Sarah.
Yeah.
The butt scoop thing.
There you
Maybe the
go.
butt.
Just an idea. Just an idea.
Yeah.
One option.
Yeah. Maybe pitch it to like Angelica and see what she thinks. If she approves, then yeah, exactly. But just overall, I guess. Obviously, there's a lot up in the air with this tournament, how it all shakes out and everything. But when you think about the future for Sarah Galvão, are we going to see you keep doing more and more no-gi? Are you going to focus in on the gi a lot? Because it is obviously a big year for you, your rookie year at Black Belt. So I'm curious, like, where your head is with what all kind of stuff you want to do in this first year at Black Belt.
Yeah, there's so much that has happened in a short amount of time of receiving my Black Belt. that I'm honestly still taking in. There's so many opportunities that showed up, but I guess that that shows like all the hard work that I've put into the sport for a long time. And honestly, I love the gi, so you'll definitely see me more in the gi, but maybe after, CJI, I feel a lot more confident in my nogi, and I feel like my nogi helped my gi so much. Sometimes I would train gi just to relive it again. And man, it's been really fun. So I think I'll be doing both. I like a challenge. I like challenges. I'm not someone to typically run away from a fight. And especially in this case, I really have nothing to lose. I'm fighting these legends basically, like Helena, Adele, and Anna. They're all very, very successful in the nogi spotlight, and I'm just stepping into this nogi spotlight. So I think that's what will make it a lot more fun for me. I'm just gonna have fun and enjoy the process because it's still the beginning, and yeah, just take it all in one step at a time.
Definitely.
Definitely. I wanted to ask you a question about Masters Worlds. This week, obviously, you have a lot going on with CJI too, and that's going to be an incredible event. But Masters Worlds kicks off this week. Jiu-Jitsu Con kicks off this week. I know you've competed there and taught seminars there. Can you just talk a little bit about having been there, what the energy in that room is like at a big event like Jiu-Jitsu Con with so much going on?
Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu Con is really fun. I look forward to it every year. There's a lot of people that tend to fight. Like we see a lot of big names coming back, like Fionn, for example. Fionn back at it for Master Worlds. I think that's really cool. A lot of people like to see her. There's a lot of honestly, I forget sometimes that these really like big world champions are like in the Masters already. They're so good. And I think it's fun for everyone. I've never seen so many people reunite like that, and the seminars are always a blast. I had really fun teaching it last year with my dad. And now not competing Jiu-Jitsu Con made me a little sad, of course. I love Jiu-Jitsu Con so much, and now I get to be there for the dream team specifically because they're going to be there to support me at CGI. So I got to be there to support them as well. And just now I'm as a professor, I guess I take this coaching role now, right? And so I guess JitsuCon will be my time to like work on my coaching for the team.
Yeah, and only in 10 short years you'll be master eligible too, and we'll see you at Masters Worlds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's nuts.
Definitely. Has it been fun for you kind of, stepping into a little bit of a leadership type of role with the dream team and everything? I'm sure you always kind of were, but with the black belt and everything makes it a little more special. Has that been fun?
Yeah, it's been fun, especially for the younger girls. I feel like for example, like I help Andy I'm like the assistant in our group for the kids class. And I think ever since I received my black belt, I think I've had more of this like leadership role, especially for the girls there. And I even do this thing where like once a week we all reunite and like we all work. It's like a mini private class, so I can work on it with them. Because honestly, like of course, like I said at Worlds, I don't care how many titles I win, if it's 1 or 100. Honestly, as long as I like do a good job helping this new generation come in and with the provided like strong jujitsu, that's really all I'm looking for. Cause I know that I'm just starting, but like I have to think future wise because one day like I won't be competing forever and I want to take the role, especially like my mom has done for the dream team itself. She's such a big role model for all of the girls there and everyone looks up to her, and that's someone I want to be.
Yeah, well, we're excited to watch you basically this year, not just competing as a black belt at CJI, but definitely throughout the whole IBJJF circuit and everything. And that's going to be super fun to watch. I think it's wild. We've already gotten to see you and Helena compete at brown belt pans, and now potentially again in this bracket. This feels like potentially a rivalry or just, like two competitors that we could see competing for the next 10 years, the next 15 years, who knows? So
Probably, yeah.
it's kind of wild that we've seen you guys now compete so early, and this is probably going to be something that goes for a long time. But I wanted to now go, because we're getting close to 12:30. I want to make sure you have plenty of time to get to training and all that. We're going to go to our hard-hitting questions segment. Are you prepared for the hard-hitting questions?
I think so.
All right. So if there was a direct clone of Sarah Galvão, a one-to-one clone, she knows everything you know, all the same abilities, all of that, do you think you would be able to submit a clone of yourself?
Can you believe I had this conversation with my mom?
Yes.
We were talking about this. She was like, Sarah, do you think if you fought yourself, who do you think would win? Obviously, I think that the clone me would not win. I think I would win.
How come?
Because I think I'm just more creative than myself, if that makes sense.
That's powerful.
That's deep.
How do you think you would beat yourself? Without, I guess, giving away too much.
Well, I think that something creative will happen. I think as I fight, I do some things that I don't even believe will happen. And since the clone is more like everything is strategized, I think that I myself will have the leading role. Maybe not submission, but definitely something cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Screw the clone.
Yeah. The clone sucks, I'll be honest. Clone Sarah Galvão is terrible.
Have people said the clone? Have you asked this to someone else?
People have definitely said like they wouldn't be able to submit themselves. I feel like a lot of people say that, their defense is too good. No one's just been like the clone would destroy me, but it is still you, so
I know myself best, right? So maybe I can use that.
I guess so, yeah. Like you can't beat the original, You often duplicated, never imitated, or often imitated, never duplicated, something like that.
Yeah.
But
if people have like a better guard than passing, they're like, or if they have better passing, they're like, my guard could
I could pass my own guard.
Yeah.
But I'll say, like, if there was a direct clone of me and I had to compete against myself, my clone would be nasty, dude. My clone would mop the floor with me. I could see it now. Just my clone would be sick, A lot of people don't think their clone would be awesome. Mine would be awesome. So that would be tough. But another hard-hitting question for you. Do you have an all-time favorite grappler? Someone you've always loved watching, or just a favorite grappler all time?
Not counting mom and dad, maybe. Let's put that
that sucks. Yeah, I was gonna be like, well, can you? Well, I don't know. I guess since I always grew up watching my dad, it was kind of hard watching, like, getting out of my way to watch someone else,
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I will say Mackenzie Dern, because she would always fight the open class, even though she was like the smallest one there, and no one even cared if she won or not. She would just like put on an awesome show, and I think that's why I would choose her.
Yeah, I think that's a great pick. Mackenzie was also there at your wedding. She was cutting a mean rug as well, having a good time and stuff. But obviously Mackenzie's a great representative for females in the sport and someone who was kind of always putting it on the line and all that. So I think it's a great pick. And to be honest, it is fair to pick your dad. Like, a lot of people would pick Andre Galvão as their favorite. So it makes sense for you to also kind of lean towards your dad as well. But you got any hard-hitting questions, Reed?
Not off the top of my head.
No, Reed's all out of hard-hitting stuff. But Slack, you got anything? I know we don't always let Slack talk enough over on the side desk. So
that's a quick question.
I forgot he was here.
Yeah, me too. I'm in La La Land. You say, or your mom says, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. You talked a lot about creativity. What excites you about this new challenge, being that there's a new rule set in the pit? It's kind of like a totally fresh type of competition for you.
That's a good question. Well, now you got to make me think. Hold on. I think like my mom is my biggest supporter, honestly. And sometimes, as much as I say happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, sometimes she has to like retell me that, just so like I can always remember it. And stepping into the CGI, especially with the whole new rule set that I haven't done, I've never done. Um, it's gonna be hard for sure, especially against all these really high leveled girls. But I think that I'm someone who's creative. Like I said, I do some things in fights that I don't even know how I did it. I look back into it, especially that match that everyone remembers when I fought Pans as a purple belt, where I did like an omoplata with an armbar.
Mm-hmm.
That was nuts. I don't even know how I did it. So I think I always do something cool, and honestly, I think I'm gonna have fun. Like I said, I'm the wild card. I have nothing to lose. All these girls there, they're very like well known in the no-gi aspect of jiu-jitsu. And I think that's why I should just go in with no fear, right? Like they won multiple titles. I'm just here to be to make a challenge for the bracket, and of course be sure that I'm gonna go in for the win the whole time. But I think the most important part is that you'll see me like with a smile on my face as I fight.
Well, awesome, Sarah. I know we're excited to watch you, like I said, and everything. You know, it's always fun whenever you take the mats. So best of luck at CJI. It's going to be a crazy event for sure. And you know, is there anything else you want to say before we let you get off here or anything?
I guess just to thank you to the people who are supporting me throughout the CJI. Like I remember like when like CJI posts like anything, a lot of people are there supporting me in the comments, a lot more than I'd expect. So thank you to everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you, Sarah.
Thanks,
thank you so
Sarah.
much for joining the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll see you in Vegas.
Yes.
All right, bye, Sarah.
Bye.
All right. So shout out Sarah for jumping on to the podcast, you know, excited to talk to her and everything. Excited to see how she does at CJI.
Definitely.
But I guess we should just get right into some
big news.
major news coming out of the Craig Jones universe, you know, the CJU. Gable Steveson has pulled out of the super fight with Craig Jones. The official statement says that Gable has pulled out due to turf toe. A little suspicious. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, but
I just hope it doesn't affect his MMA debut only 12 days later.
Yep, that's kind of wild, but yeah, definitely a bummer.
Yeah,
I think Craig is feeling it right now. I know if you guys listen to the podcast with Craig, he's already been feeling the wear and tear of the promoter lifestyle. And we talked about 1 week out, people go crazy. Everything goes crazy 1 week out from a major event. It's just like, I don't know if the fans see it. I'm sure they kind of do a little bit, like all the dropouts, all that. But like behind the scenes, when you're putting on these events, people go absolutely nuts, dude. They go freaking, everyone turns into Captain Insano. They show no mercy. They just go absolutely wild.
Let them
Starts
know.
catching food poisoning. You've never met a more easily food poison person than somebody about to do a grappling event.
Yeah. So Gable's out. Haven't
Man,
heard.
I can't believe we announced this. I feel like they announced this back in like February.
Forever ago.
Like this was before the NCAA championships.
It was before they announced a single person on the team or like what the teams were going to be. Yeah, before he wrestled at NCAA.
Yeah.
We were talking about it.
So I just, not a great look for Gable there. Bummed that he's not going to be on the CGI mats doing jiu-jitsu. I guess he's got an MMA fight just a couple days later. So
With the LFA, which is a UFC feeder organization. Best of luck to him on that. He's fighting some 1-0 guy named Braden.
Braden.
Got to be able to beat up a Braden.
But, don't know what Craig's going to do from here. Then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we had to, step in and they were like, you guys have to figure out what's happening next, which thank
still
God
might
it's
happen.
thank God it's not.
Which is not off the table somehow.
I would send Reed out there, or if you can make if you can make a clone.
I feel like I'm pretty, high up on the list of.
But so obviously, I haven't heard anything about what Craig's going to do or what the plan is now. But if you guys just had to think what's going to happen, what do you have predictions? I feel like.
I mean, if I'm making a prediction, my prediction actually, sadly, is I bet we don't get a Craig fight.
Really?
I bet we just don't end up with a
too
Craig
late.
match.
Too.
I mean, it
hard.
was supposed to be the Craig retirement match. Kind of Craig go out on, into the ether of the world, but I don't know if we're going to see it now.
Our producer Nikki just said he'll do it. He's now has 2 jiu-jitsu classes under his belt. He came and trained with us, which is pretty. Let's give it up for Nikki for coming and training. Yeah,
Nikki, the producer, coming in to train with us.
A lot of people talk about how they
responsible for my black eye.
Oh, for real? I was wondering how you got that. A lot of people talk about like, oh, I gotta train with you guys. I gotta get in training, and that's all they do is talk about it. Nikki stepped up. He came and trained, so that was sick.
Back-to-back days.
Yeah,
and he was actually pretty okay. If I'm being honest, for a first-day guy. Pretty solid.
Can the people hear you? What did you think of your? They
can't hear him.
Okay,
that's good. He cusses a lot, so that's.
What did you think of your first ever jiu-jitsu class?
We'll relay it. He said it was decent.
Decent.
So.
All right.
He said his favorite person to roll with was Reed.
Joe.
That's what I heard.
And Joe.
It was really fun to roll with Reed and Joe, and I kind of stopped listening after that.
And then he said it wasn't fun rolling with Trey because I had a predatory smile. But, that's the thing. When you're just a purple belt on the team, you got to seek out those trial class guys, stunt on them a little bit. Yeah, but shout out Nikki for coming in, and now he has one of the biggest super fights in. I'm just kidding, but I mean, my first thought was like,
I could name some people. Yeah.
Well, like if something's going to happen, it feels like it's got to stay in the wrestler versus jiu-jitsu guy world. Would be like my first thought, but also what wrestler would take this on less than a week's notice with kind of no actual jiu-jitsu preparation, but like Wyatt Hendrickson kind of first.
He's got
name.
world championships. He's not going to do it. Yeah, he's got the actual wrestling world championships coming up in like Hungary or whatever. He's
okay. So that's a no-go.
Team USA even lets him do it. I bet. You know what I mean?
Who did you think?
If we're going to throw out some wrestlers, I'll throw out some wrestlers right here. Jason Nolf is obviously training. I bet he says yes to that match if they approach him. Here's the problem. Jason Nolf is really good and has cardio. That's going to be an issue for Craig right now, who, like, by his own admission, is not really training. Pat Downey's in the mix. I kind of think that's the same problem. Steve Mako is in the jiu-jitsu world, and I think, like, could be consulted. Henry Cejudo is always down to clown. I'm going to throw out one right now. He's not a wrestler. And this, I don't know where this could go. What if Craig asked Mo for a match? These guys have settled the beef. They've shook hands. What better way than to have a nice, fun, respectful match at CJI?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to touch that one.
Yeah, that'd be the last thing I want. Just re-kick up everything.
No, you said Anthony Cassar, though, too.
Anthony Cassar is
which I thought is a good name to pull out.
What about
Moneyberg?
Yeah, true.
Everybody's been talking about Moneyberg recently.
Yeah,
I believe they might have tried to contact Derek Moneyberg.
what about Kirkvliet? Because he did CGI.
Ooh, that's another good one. Yeah, Greg Kirkvliet might be another one, but he's also another one where it's like, man, you really wish you put in a little bit of training. But if you're going to face Gable,
he's in a tough position. He needs somebody to fight that doesn't really know jiu-jitsu, that
like is out of shape.
He's out of shape.
Yeah.
Are we going to see?
Like, man, Kid Dale might be a fun guy to just like face, but also like gets a motherfucker.
Tough as nails, man.
Yeah.
You guys think we could get CP in here and have him call Chael Sonnen and get Chael to? I mean,
the Chael rematch would be.
The rematch might be the move to go.
Chael rematch would be.
Yeah, Nikki, ask CP if he's willing to call Chael right now live on our show. If he would, we'll do it. That would be awesome. We'll get Uncle Chael to weigh in on this. I think he would have some hot takes. There's probably gonna be a Chael video dropping soon, but. Yeah, I mean, the other thing that I'm just like, is this a possibility? Would be Craig versus Gabby too? Like, do they run that back?
Yeah.
And you know who it's a shame who, like, man, if the last 4 months had turned out so differently for this person, Ben Askren would have been such a perfect guy for this spot. You know what I mean? Once upon a time. But then obviously everything went sideways with him.
But I don't even know who else is in the world of possibilities.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle. Literally.
I mean, really anybody could probably be in the mix, but nobody in the mix. But it's like a little bit of everything. I don't know.
We got a classic everyone's a possibility, but also no one's a possibility situation on our hands.
What if that Harvard guy Anthony got his name changed to Gable Steveson legally?
Anthony Horta,
the guy that just hangs out with Craig, that Craig kind of makes fun of. What if he just became Gable Steveson for that night?
Yeah, I guess that might
it's all on the table.
No bad ideas.
All on the table.
No bad ideas is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. But yeah, I have no
Sharon
idea.
Wright legally change Anthony's name on the board.
But that's obviously crazy news.
Yeah, and a lot is going to develop here from now until Saturday, right? Today's Monday. A lot's going to go down. So buckle up, everybody. It's going to be a wild week.
It's a little fun getting to be a somewhat of a fly on the wall throughout this. I'm not gonna lie. Normally this is like who's number ones and stuff. We're week of, and it's like main event pulls out, and everyone's freaking out.
Yeah, is this how you guys feel? Is this how you guys at home? Like you guys?
Yeah, they're just like, what the hell? But so yeah, I don't know. Nikki, are you back in the studio yet? I don't.
Nikki's gone.
Yeah, Nikki's gone.
Greg's
here. Nice. What's up, Greg?
We got a different producer now.
But so yeah, what else should we talk about? I guess what else we got going on? Jiu-Jitsu Con, obviously. Jiu-Jitsu Con Masters Worlds coming up to talk about a little bit of that. We got CP coming in. Hey, CP. So CP's joining us. If you guys don't know, CP's he's the host of the FRL, Flow Sports'
Jump in here.
best podcast.
Yeah.
Do you think you could call Chael?
The best show on the internet, FloWrestling Radio Live.
Chael Sonnen, Uncle Chael, the undefeated, undisputed.
Yeah, I could call him.
There was one time I saw the Noguera brothers, all right, and a bus drove up.
That happened.
And little Nog was out there trying to put a carrot in his mouth, and Big Nog was back there petting it. They thought it was a horse. They straight up thought it was a horse, and that happened.
That did happen.
Okay, so we
That
want,
did happen.
We want to see if Chael wants to take the match with Craig.
With Greg?
Yeah,
As a replacement.
we're going to pitch it to him.
Okay.
Jones.
Or
Craig
if he has a hot take for us.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I have to dial. So I have Chael Sonnen. I have Chael Sonnen new because you know why. Gilbert Burns leaked his number.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's
He
hilarious.
just randomly tweeted his
Screenshot
number.
and put it out there.
And he said he got hacked.
Yeah.
So I was a fan of Dorino until then. No more.
I'm still a fan of Dorino.
All right.
Yeah, that's a beast move.
The Moneyberg stuff I'll overlook.
All right, hold on.
All right, we got to attempt
That
to
is a
call
tough
to
look.
Uncle Chael here.
He may not answer. You
Yeah.
realize that.
Definitely a possibility.
This is tough radio.
Yeah.
You guys asked for this.
No, we keep,
this is building suspense.
We do long pauses a lot on our show.
All right. Well, then this is right down the fairway. I don't think it's gonna
Nothing?
happen.
As we like to say on the show, Alfred Hitchcock isn't the only guy shooting rope for 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah. If so, while you're
Yeah.
texting Chael to see if he'll call us or anything, please, Uncle Chael. But CP, Gable obviously pulled out. You're super hip to the wrestling world. If Craig was trying to keep this as like a wrestler versus jiu-jitsu guy thing, do you think there's some potential candidates for guys who would even consider taking a match with Craig this late in the game?
I mean, not really. I don't know. I mean, Craig's style is so specific. It's like, how could just a wrestler? I mean, even Gable, like, how would he ever win? So I don't know.
Wyatt's not going to happen, right?
I hope not. Wyatt needs to be frickin' no. I mean, that would be a disaster. So Wyatt is on the USA Wrestling World Team, senior level, like taking a match against a guy that like is a professional leg breaker. Like that's his thing. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So no.
That's obviously I feel like the hardest aspect of this, where he could convince any wrestler to do this, especially like Gable at least had a huge runway where he was like, he does have some connections to Gordon, all those guys, so he can get somewhat hip to the leg lock game. But it's like, I don't know. We even brought up like Kirk Vliet because he at least did CGI 1, but still it's like to go in with a leg lock specialist this late is like, that's such a tall order.
Kirk Fleet's hurt. He just had he had to have surgery. Yeah, he was hurt at the end of last year, so he's not even going to be available. I don't know, maybe get my boy Jason Nolf in there.
That's what Joe brought up, Nolf.
Yeah,
he's at least training and stuff.
He's training. He's awesome guy to watch. He would. I say this without talking to Jason first. I feel like 100% he would do it. So if you need that wrestling, it would be exciting until the end, which I think would be. I mean, that's the thing. It's Craig's gonna win, right?
Can you real quick give fans like kind of an idea just how special Jason is as like an NCAA wrestler?
Jason, I mean, you could make a case he's like a Mount Rushmore NCAA wrestler of all time. Penn State is the #1 program by far, and he's the pin leader for Penn State wrestling, which had David Taylor, Aaron Brooks, Car Starachi, Ed Ruth, on and on and on. Bo Nickel, who a lot of your fans probably know. He's as good as we've seen, and had a really solid freestyle career. He could still be. I mean, the crazy thing is, if he hadn't retired, he would probably be on the world team this year.
Wow!
But he's coaching here in Texas, and he's into jiu-jitsu now, doing that.
He trains at Kingsway with
Yes, he does.
Gordon and those guys.
He says he's getting way better.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Me too.
That's right. That's right. But you need to train with Jason one time.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, he said he's like, I'm getting a lot better, and like he said he had like a breakthrough like week of practice where he like really feels like he's getting it. So, I mean, it's interesting because I'm not really a jiu-jitsu guy, but I kind of know what's going on. But I've always felt like his style, if you watched him wrestle, like he just felt like a guy that would translate really well to jiu-jitsu because he's had this unreal feel. He was really tricky. He set traps in his wrestling. So it seemed like jiu-jitsu was kind of if he wanted to do it, he'd be good at it. And
yeah.
I think he is. Do you guys think he's good?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I do think he's a guy that I think jiu-jitsu is a weird thing because it is just like a wrestler can go out there and just be a freak athlete. Not completely, but like there is an aspect of just being like dynamic, being a freak athlete where it's like you can make stuff happen.
Like early
jiu-jitsu,
Nicky Rod kind of.
Yeah. It's like jiu-jitsu, there's like, you do have to have a certain base of knowledge to just understand all of the positions and everything. Like that's why wrestlers get leg locked a lot because they just don't yet know that. So it's like Jason Nolf does feel like a guy. Like as soon as he does kind of get to that level, especially it sounds like Chael texting you.
Yeah, I asked him a question. He goes, "Well, okay, all right."
He said a call. Oh dang!
I'm calling him.
All right,
Here we
Text
go.
me back.
we're getting Uncle Chael on. This is nuts.
We might not though.
Biggest moment in FloGrappling show history.
I hope he
I'm saying.
answers.
He
and
would
just-
probably come on your show.
Yeah, probably.
Yo!
Hey, you're on the show now. Can you talk?
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I was just going to tell you, I answered on speaker and you're on my show. So, yeah.
Let's go.
I
Wow.
was just going to disclose that. Yes, I'm all ears, buddy.
It's like an inception. Okay, so you know about our boy Gable not going to fight Craig. I'm sure you're
Yes.
aware. Okay, you probably have a YouTube video up about it already. Would you step in? The Grappling Boys wanted me to call you and ask if you would consider stepping in and fighting Craig Jones. You are?
Yeah, of course.
You would?
Of course. You know, he called me today, and for saying, hey, you know what should I do? But I didn't take the hint. I didn't take the hint that was the offer. And so I told him, I go, all right, let's get DC on the phone. Let's start with Wyatt. And I mean, this just happened. This was like moments ago. And then I told him, I said, you want to know who'd be a hot match right now? I said, Rajah Jackson.
Oh, that's
Send
a
out one
great
message.
freaking idea.
Send out one message that says, I know you're going to need some bail money. And by the way, let's see how you do with an opponent that's cautious. Put the picture out, leave it at that. So we went to Rampage. We went. I don't have any relationship with Rajah. I met him when he was like 12 years old. So anyway, I went to Rampage, and there we left it at that. But
Exciting.
yes,
But you would do it.
of course I would do it.
You already have a win over him. Why would you put that in jeopardy?
I destroyed him.
Yes.
I destroyed John Jones. I'm the linear champion. I'm the one that ripped his toe off and threw it in the second row, in case you don't remember.
I remember. I keep having to
How could
bring
I
it up.
forget?
I keep bringing it up, Chael.
That was history.
I'm better than John Jones. I sound better than Sean Combs, and I got bigger stones than John Holmes. Don't ever forget it, pal. Don't ever forget where you got it. I will be on an airplane. You tell Craig, was that what he was calling me for today? Was he calling me out? Was this the call out that he disguised as a friendly phone call?
Yes. He was
No,
waiting.
we haven't officially talked to Craig.
Jones, not only do I accept,
You do not speak
but
for
I'm
this
pissed
man.
off about it.
All right. I'll make sure he gets
you
the
know
word.
what I would do to Gable Steveson? You know what I would do to Gable Steveson? This is a massive step up. The last time I saw Gable, I put him in a headlock and I gave him a noogie right after I signed a photograph for him. Goodbye, Turkey. I will see you at CGI.
Bye. CGI.
What a legend, dude. Uncle Chael.
Every phone call is like that. They're all crazy.
He does that for everyone in his life.
He's just like he is just literally like that.
Bouncing
That's
around
just
to do that.
yeah.
There was one time I think I heard him call Tyler. Like Tyler's a videographer for FloWrestling, and he was just like, Tyler Meisinger, FloWrestling, and he just went off for like 20 minutes and then hung up. I didn't know what it was about, but
Yeah, big hang up guy.
oh, that was awesome.
That would be a pretty incredible matchup to make, and the rematch of all time. The biggest
Yes.
rematch of
You think
all
he's
time.
serious?
Yeah, of course he's serious. I think he'd do
Okay.
it. I think he
Alright,
would do
cool.
it. Why not?
You think you really put Gable in a headlock after giving him a
And the
autograph?
noogie.
And
Why
the
didn't you talk
noogie?
about the noogie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave him a noogie. That's what you get. If you get a guy in a headlock, you're gonna go,
Yeah, you got to give him a noogie. If
mess up his hair.
Yeah.
Gable doesn't have much, but you can.
Right.
It'll be very obvious where he noogied him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thanks for joining us and having
Yeah.
Chael call in.
Yeah, anytime.
Do you have any last thoughts on just in general, because you are a wrestling expert,
I
you know,
am.
on the
Well.
whole jiu-jitsu versus wrestler thing, particularly in jiu-jitsu rules matches?
Well, basically, you guys never step over to the other side. We keep having to enter your realm. It's like, well, yeah, you're better. But here's the thing. Craig versus Gable, as much as I'm dismissive of that being remotely competitive, it'd be more competitive than the wrestling match. And that's almost true, I think, in probably every scenario.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's sort of a slanted thing because you guys won't come over here.
I guess that's fair, you know, but like we
Not
we
fair.
did-
It's just
Hard-
the
hard
reality.
truths.
Yes. Instant 10-0. Instant 10-0.
But that is
I don't think
partially
we've seen it since.
that's partially because we did find the martial art that just completely mitigates wrestling by sitting down. So and
Okay,
it's
correct.
way cooler to sit down. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
brutal statement. We found the martial art in which you sit down and mitigate.
Yeah. Got it, Craig. Got it. No, I'll just.
I got my Craig.
You
I
don't
got my
got
Craig
your own
talking
lines
points.
Is that
on?
the perfect antidote? Is taking a load off. Who knew?
Yeah. No. Well, never mind. Basically, I'm not particularly interested in it. I would rather watch like the best versus the best. I think
Yeah.
it's a weird concept. Yeah, it's a gimmick for sure. But you know, if it helps the jiu-jitsu community, then great. It's fine.
And we need it.
Yeah.
Maybe people who don't know this, I mean, I'm sure they would know this, but you were our boss for a long time. You know, you kind of
Right.
you oversaw wrestling and grappling from the content perspective and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, which is just a crazier world to work in.
Oh, they're so different. I mean, jiu-jitsu is way crazier. I mean, the people in it are at the highest levels of wrestling. These are just like, they're really different and they're very super disciplined and really paranoid and stuff like that. But these are just like
A lot of people wearing collared shirts.
It's
to work.
crazy people. It's run by crazy people. It's just overall like, it's just a different kind of realm. I loved it. I loved working with grappling. I loved getting to know the scene. I wish, and I think it's just so, if you're not really doing it all the time, I just still find it, as much as I've watched, I have a hard time knowing what's going on. Whereas like, I feel like in so many other sports, that's not the case.
There's just so much nuance, you know.
so much
you can
freaking
watch
nuance.
someone
You need to
fight
edit like
for-
an X's and O's, know what's going on, like in half guard or
The
whatever.
most fun is like when I would sit next to Reed and be like, is it on? Is it deep? Is it whatever? Not because I really couldn't tell. So if I was next or near someone that knew, it was like really fun. I still loved it. I went to 2 different ADCCs, IBJJF Worlds, all kinds of who's number ones. It's awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, I got fed up with you guys.
Yeah, I know. We were too much.
No, just kidding. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, CP. Thanks for joining
boys.
us.
All
man.
right. Yeah, anytime. See ya.
All right. Got CP on the pod. Got freaking Uncle Chael on.
Run that clip where I said grapplers won't step into wrestling.
All right, I'll run that. But we did have a wrestling competition, so you know those guys won't. But I'll step up
I'll
anytime.
wrestle.
Yeah.
Freaking line up Kozak and
Well, we might have to have a FloGrappling versus FloWrestling.
I don't mean like this.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Generally.
All right, sick. So there we have it. The new super fight is official.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we fixed all the problems.
Yeah.
That,
Dude, the one time it's not on us to fix it, oops, we accidentally did it again.
Yeah.
or we might have like gotten Chael really mad and like kind of messed everything up. I'm not 100% sure yet.
There's a chance we lost our West Lynn privileges.
Yeah, we got to check in now if we go to Westland, Oregon, dude.
We always had to. So.
What a legend! I've been watching so many clips of Chael recently. Like this is just kind of coincidence. They've been coming across my feed of just all of his classic trash talk, like
Absolute
just
legend.
over and over. Literally watched the like friggin' I got bigger stones than that clip too. So that was great. That
And
he
then
just,
hear it in real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like freaking watching Heat and then calling up Pacino for having
Yeah.
me like, just do a little bit of the monologue back to you.
so yeah, and I hope we were live on his show. That was awesome.
that was crazy. That was incredible.
So yeah, that was fun.
Made it happen.
There we
So.
go. If anybody made it to this portion of the podcast, I hope you enjoyed it.
Serious side quest vibes.
Yeah, it's a wild one.
Yeah, but what time are we at? Like 12:55? All right, yeah. So anything else we should talk about? Now I'm just kind of like, I just want to go call Chael again. Anybody else we should have the wrestling guys call for us?
I know they know a Baldwin. Let's get that Baldwin in the mix. I don't know which one it is. Kind of irrelevant. Let's get the Baldwin in the mix.
Yeah, but it is going to be a huge week for jiu-jitsu overall. So, if no-gi's not your flavor, dude, if you think no-gi's for the birds, you're just not into it, that's fine. Because there's plenty of gi jiu-jitsu going down this weekend also. Like we said at Master Worlds, Jiu-Jitsu Con, that's going down. It's the biggest grappling event in the world. So many people are going to be participating in, watching that event. Fionn Davis is obviously competing in it. Tayani Porfirio's in it. What's some other names real quick?
Josh Hinger.
Formiga's going to be in there.
Yeah.
AJ Agazarm and
Beto
Frank are going to be in the same division. Paula Miao is going to be in his division down at Roosterweight. That's going to be really awesome to watch. Rafael Lovato Jr. hopped in last minute, so awesome to see that. Rafael Lovato Jr., not senior. Make sure to...
His dad's not competing.
It is Masters World, so that is possible.
Yep.
Julio Caesar at Masters, I think 8 or 7, which is crazy. The highest ranked guy to ever compete at Masters Worlds. Megaton, of course, is in the mix. All those guys. It's really fun to watch this tournament. It's really fun to see these people go out there and lay it on the line. People are still living that jiu-jitsu lifestyle. They've been dedicated for so long.
These are tough divisions, too. These are tough divisions, especially at black belt to win. But
we know people who are in these divisions, like getting ready for it. It is crazy how good you have to be to even win 2 or 3 matches.
Yeah, even blue belt, purple belt divisions. Those divisions are huge and a bunch of beasts in there too. So it's a hard tournament to win.
I was just thinking still about the Chael thing.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Should I call Craig? Should I try to call Craig?
You want to?
I don't know.
Yeah, give it a try. See if he wants to talk.
Just tell him we have Chael saying that he will do it.
There's no chance Chael was filming an episode live. He just said that to be the man.
I assume he's always sort of filming an episode. You know
That's
what
true.
I mean?
He does put out content at a crazy rate.
Yeah, and there's just always a ring cam or house cam that he could cut to that he's filming right now.
You want to try and call him?
I think I should try to call him?
Yeah, give it a go. I mean, since we're already on this path.
Since we're already fixing Since we're already fixing everybody else's damn problems, may as well fix this one too while we're at it.
This is another, I feel like we've been given a lot of behind the scenes
he'll pick up
talk recently. This is another thing. This is an episode that, we're going to get called into a meeting for at some point.
Oh, yeah, 100% true.
They'll be like, what are you guys doing? But
what was the Alfred Hitchcock joke? Yeah. My bad.
Here we go. Let's see if we got Craig.
Mid-bender.
Cut to Slack real quick. He's got his head down. Slack has left the podcast.
No, okay, I don't think he's going to pick up.
No Craig on this one.
I'll text him.
We tried.
But yeah, a lot of good jiu-jitsu, like I said. CJI is going to be sick. Masters World is going to be sick. Super stoked for it. I don't think we have really anything else to cover, do we? Should we hit the ad one more time?
Yeah.
All right, so like we said, this is a big week in jiu-jitsu, and with that, we got a big deal coming to everybody who's watching. If you've been on the fence about whether or not you should sign up for FloGrappling, first of all, I understand. I get it, It's not always easy to get out the pocketbook, to take mom's credit card, to sign up, anything like that. So, we decided to spice things up a notch for you, turn it up to 11, and right now, today through August 31st. That means if you're signing up to watch Masters World, if you're signing up to just watch all of the stuff that already exists on FloGrappling, this deal is active. If you join FloGrappling with an annual plan now through August 31st, you get a free rash guard kit designed in collaboration with Jiu-Jitsu superstar Craig Jones. You just have to go to go.flowgrappling.com/CJI2. That's go.flowgrappling.com/CJI2. You can get the rash guard kit. It's pretty sick. I'm hoping I get one for myself. Maybe I'll wear it on the show if I get it or something. But you sign up, you get the rash guard, and then you can enjoy the streaming access to the biggest and best live events from ADCC, IBJJF, WNO, BJJ Stars, and more all year long, only on FloGrappling. So if you're thinking about signing up for FloGrappling, this is the time to do it. You don't want to miss out on this kit. Like we said, it's designed by Craig Jones. It's produced by StreetX. StreetX has been hot lately. They're doing all the kits for the CJI teams, so you can have a little piece of some StreetX, CJI kind of memorabilia yourself. If you sign up now, you get this rash guard for free. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting week. Excited to see how everything shakes out. You know, maybe we'll see Chael on CJI. Maybe we'll see Reed on CJI. I don't know. We'll see someone random. But, you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. It was fun. It was a fun one. It was a fun one for sure.
It's so funny that Trey's over here is like the face of the show, the face of the podcast. He's like, maybe Joe or Reed is going to be on it, not realizing
in the bucket.
if one person on this show is possibly going to be in that match.
Hey, I got no problem
It's going
putting it
to
on
be
the line.
you, and you are never going to stand up. You're going to finally be the never
okay,
stand
yeah.
up
Got to
guy.
be you.
I didn't think about it. Yeah, you're right. I'll do it because I won't stand up, you know. But hey, and listen, I'm not afraid to put it on the line.
And you're gonna be dressed like John Wick.
Well, I was gonna say we're talking to Pit Boss Grappling. All right, we're talking to JWI, my current favorite jiu-jitsu promotion, the John Wick Invitational. We're in contact with those boys. I'm seeing if we can set something up. So I think timing-wise, it's gonna be tough. You know, might have some other events around the same time, but I'll fly out day of, private, full suit. Who cares, man? You know, this is a John Wick Invitational. I'm pulling out all the stops. So maybe going to make that happen. That would be sick. But, you know, thank you to everybody who watched this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your favorite part. Let us know your favorite Uncle Chael quote from over the years. And we'll see you all in the next one.